All right, welcome to the part 4 of 5 of this introduction to managerial accounting. And on this one, I want to talk about inventories and flow of manufacturing costs. So inventories is an important part of any manufacturing business, of any retail business, but also of services. And it's very important to understand what type of inventories we have. There's technically 3 different types of inventory. The first one is called materials inventory, or it's also called raw material inventory. And this consists of the costs related to direct materials and also to indirect materials. In other words, we're talking here about these two types of materials. In other words, all the things that you need to actually produce your final product. And this is things that obviously the material inventory is basically materials that we have but have not yet been used in the manufacturing process. So materials that they're there but have not been started to be used. For example, leather that we have not started cutting for the purses, filling that we have not started cutting for the purses either. So materials that we got but we haven't processed them yet. We haven't started to process them yet. Work in process inventory, and I represent here by this half purse, is basically consists of any direct material, direct labor, and factory overhead costs that have been put into producing a product, but that product is not finished yet. So this is for products that have entered the manufacturing process, but like I said, are not yet completed, and that's why we call it in process. So work in process inventory is also a very important thing to calculate because it allows us to know how much inventory we have that is not finished yet, but will be finished in the near future. The last type of inventory that we have is called finished goods inventory. So this is all the inventory we have of products that are ready, done, and ready to be shipped and sold. Okay, so here I represent it by these lines of purses that are already completed. Okay, and therefore this is the three types of inventory we have. So material inventory, work in process inventory, and finally we have finished goods inventory. So how does this all flow inside the organization? Well, technically, direct material, this is how it's going to go. Here I have on the first column over here, I have manufacturing costs. Here I have my balance sheet and my income statement. And I just want to explain where each one of the documents will go. For now, it's not very important. Later on, I'm going to have videos explaining these documents, but for now, it's just to understand where all these costs go. Any direct material that is not used stays in inventory, stays in material inventory, and inventories all go into the balance sheet. Okay, if it's used though, the cost of the materials that is used is transferred to the account manufacturing that is in manufacturing process. Okay, direct labor, the moment that is used, all goes into the manufacturing process. There is not such a thing of direct labor unused. So all the salaries of people that work in the departments that produce the product always go into manufacturing process. And finally, all factory overhead costs of the month also go into the manufacturing process. Then, during the manufacturing process, we're gonna, for the products that we finished, that value goes into finished goods inventory. For the ones that we did not complete by the end of the month or by the end of the year, it goes into work in process. Okay, and this is the three types of inventory that we have. Okay, and they stay in the balance sheet. They just stay in the balance sheet unless we sell some of the stuff. In this case, whenever we sell finished goods, whenever we sell our purses, then we have to transfer that inventory value is sold, and we transfer that value. Now we transform it into a cost of goods sold. So what it was before an inventory, now it's going to be transformed into a cost. The cost that it took you to produce the purse that you just sold. So in this video today, I explained to you the three different types of inventory we have. The fact that we have material inventory, the fact that we have a work in process inventory, and the fact that we have finished goods inventory. And finally, how each one of them will link later on to the balance sheet and how it will also link to the income statement. All right. Thank you very much. I'll see you on the next video for our final part of this mini series. If you have any questions, just leave it on the comment section below.